Today, Nintendo enters a new world of catching up to its competitors once again with the Nintendo Switch, which is ostensibly in this box, I hope. Well, it's either in this box or someone ordered a package of lithium-ion batteries. Oh, hello, this is beginning to look familiar. Take that out. Yep. Nintendo's little beauty. In all of its 720p glory. So let's see what you get inside one of these things. On the bottom here, I'm going to have to blur so much crap out. We have a flap, which opens up to show, holy crap, this thing is tiny. Oh my gosh, I did not even think. For scale, this is their last console. It's the same screen, but still, why couldn't you have given us this the first time, Nintendo? So we take it out of the box, the plastic wrap, and oh my gosh, this thing is... You can use it like with your hand if you got a giant one. Probably better than using the Joy-Cons if you have giant hands. We have the Joy-Cons themselves. Oh, those are actually kind of, We're really supposed to play games like this, Nintendo? Like, this is, I mean, I guess it works, but like, ugh. And this is the other Joy-Con, which, because of the multiplayer functionality, also sacrifices a good D-pad. The only way to get a good D-pad is to buy the Pro Controller, which I don't have. But yeah, that's what you get if you're playing on the Joy-Con L, and then there's buttons on the top of both of them. And now, for the feature you've all been waiting for. Feels a lot less satisfying without the click. There we go, we have Switchitude. Feels like a really big DS now that I think about it. Hold on. Yeah, so just as another size comparison, it is a bit bigger between the Switch and the 3DS. So it's sort of like in between their console systems, which I guess makes sense when you consider how this console's actually positioned in terms of power. If I hold it like this, it doesn't feel so bad. In fact, this feels pretty darn good for a handheld. But yeah, this is a lot smaller than I thought it would be. Let's pull out the accessories. I think this is just plastic. And we get an HDMI cord, which I don't need since I've got this whole setup back there with a bunch of crap. I know, I might get us like a Switch box. And it also comes with one of these, which it looks like a standard power brick, but then you realize, holy crap, that's a Type-C port. And from what I believe, this is actually not just a Type-C, but this is a USB power delivery brick, because if I look at the back, it doesn't state voltage. Oh, there we go. There you go. There's your lot. It consumes, it outputs up to 15 volts at 2.6 amps, but only 5 volts at 1.5. I guess I can't charge my Nexus on this, which can do 5 volts 3. But that's a good option if you're on the go, but frankly, I don't think you need it. Everything has USB on it now. I have like a charging box with like 10 USBs on it, which can at least slow charge this thing. This is the Nintendo Switch Comfort Dock, or as I like to call it, the Puppy Dock. Note, it is not a charging dock. If you want to charge and play your Joy-Cons at the same time, you have to have them docked in and your Nintendo Switch plugged in. Or you have to spend like $20 on another grip. And then when you want to play on a TV, which you can do with, at least if you don't want to spend $70 on a freaking Pro controllers, you just do this. And then you do this. That is it's kind of small for a controller, like Xbox One, since it's slightly smaller. Yeah, the Switch Joy-Con grip thing, I mean, I guess it works. Just fiddling around with it, pressing all the buttons. I can definitely see why you'd want a Pro controller if you weren't doing a lot of handheld stuff. And of course, as I mentioned before, you can take the Joy-Con on the go. Sorry, not on the go, but like, you can use the Joy-Cons individually as separate controllers, which is an interesting little design. And so what you do, well, I took the wrong one, take them out of your grip here, and you rail them into the plus one, like this. Oh, what the? How do you do this? Like, look, it's got a plus on this side and a minus on the other, and I have no clue how to rail these in. You know, I'm not going to demonstrate this because I don't see the point of the grips of the straps anyway. And so, the most important thing out of all of this is the last thing I will take out. This is what makes the Nintendo Switch. This is the Nintendo Switch dock, and as you can see, hopefully, there is a USB Type-C port at the bottom, but this basically acts as is a pass-through, more or less. So, on the back, you can fit AC adapter, USB, HDMI out. Supposedly, this is a 3.0 port, and the ones on the front are 2.0. So, the other problem I see with this is that you can't just unplug an HDMI cable, which, as I was talking about before, yeah, this is how I currently have my consoles all lined up. The way I use it normally is I just take one of the, when I want to switch consoles, I just take one of the cords out of the back and plug it into the other one. So, say I want to play my Wii U, I just plug into the back of the Wii U. But with the Switch dock here, not only do I have to plug this sucker in, but with the Nintendo Switch, what I got to do is I need this dock. I take the back off. My HDMI goes in the back of here. And now it goes back on. Now every time I want to freaking take a console out, I gotta disturb this thing in its own dock and rip that stuff out. So I don't like that design. And so I think with that, it's time for me to actually get the recording set up so I can show you guys the initial setup process, because what good is consumer porn without that? Right, so turns out that's not a good idea, because the system just goes and outright complains if you try to use it as a console without going through initial setup. And in fact, it even complains if you start it without the Joy-Cons. So yeah, now you get to hear my overworked, tired FX 6300 rig constantly whining and complaining. Yeah, here's the actual system setup. Oh, hello, you can change your language now. That's a thing. You can change your region now. Wait, hold on. Australia and Europe are separate regions now? What? Just letting you know that I am skipping the part where I enter in my Wi-Fi password for what should be obvious reasons. Alright, now we get to pick a time zone. Would you like to connect and play on a larger screen? Yes, that was the whole point of this exercise. Now it's like, now you can detach the darn things. Do not press any additional buttons when detaching. Oh my god. There we go. Use left stick to select next, then press A on the right controller. I already did the dock. I've already done all of this. Alright, now we're back on the live capture now that it's actually letting me do it. And I just select success. And now I get to log in. Copy me from Amiibo. Okay, let's do that then. Alright, so now the question is, will this work? Okay. It's my generic crappy me. I might change this, but I wanted to see how me's have changed. These are the same set of faces, really. I'm pretty sure this me is actually all the way from the Wii. Like, I think this is like the first me I ever made. Alright. Backgrounds. Sure, whatever. No, I don't want to add another user. No, I'm not Bowser Jr.'s concerned dad. Alright, so this is what the system looks like when you first power it up. They are literally showing off how you can break the kickstand by inserting it the wrong way. This thing gets like 2.5 hours on Zelda. Quick, press the capture button. And it actually let me take it, okay. I'm fiddling around with the menus to get around the fact that I literally do not have any Switch games right now. So yeah, let's see how horrible the day one update is on this one. Preparing to update system. And patch all of the vulnerabilities that we put into this thing. That's a good sign. Dash 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 minutes remaining. 999 minutes remaining. Perfect. Yeah, I'd like to get that system update, but if that's not the case, I'm going to have to hold off on showing off the best feature of this system until their servers unscrew themselves. Oh, it won't let me take screenshots of this loading screen. Why? Can't wait for Breath of the Wild comes tomorrow. I can almost taste it, and I know I can almost taste it because I'm tasting something very bitter in my mouth. Not really, but still I find it funny that Nintendo coded all the Switch carts in bitterants. Could not display pay. Oh my gosh. This thing isn't even out yet and their servers are just dying. No! Yeah, as you can see, this is just Japanese eShopping. What the? These Neo Geo games? I thought they didn't have Virtual Console yet. Oh, there's that game that does not work when docked. I don't know if I'll ever use this feature, but I am really glad that it's there. And yeah, I got the Snipper Clippers demo. What the? It disconnected my freaking Joy-Cons. What gives? What the? Now I can't use it that way? It specifically what the hell? Wow, I am seriously considering not buying this game. Yeah, that is the Nintendo Switch until tomorrow where I get Breath of the Wild. And I don't know if I'll be doing any videos on that game. I mostly just wanted to show off the hardware and what I felt about it, because I feel like this is it's a very unique and quirky system, and that could either go very well for it, or it could completely shit can the thing. So, yeah. I like the business moves Nintendo is doing, at least in terms of the shop, and there's still going to be like assholes when it comes to YouTube, but at least their actual consoles are getting more consumer friendly. Took Nintendo long enough. I mean, the thing is, when they said, "Oh, we will generally not use region locking," I thought, okay, so first party stuff maybe, and we'll have to import a cartridge. Nope, they're like, yeah, you can just create a Japanese account. There you go. Nothing particularly difficult about that. The only thing is you need a separate email. I would not recommend switching regions on your main account. It's kind of pointless. You don't get to transfer any of your funds. So yeah, don't change your account region. Just create a new one. It's incredibly simple, and you get all of the weeaboo stuff that you want. And yeah, I'm gonna wait for Zelda.